All right, welcome back to statistics. So what we're going to do is we had a question about, here we go. What happens when you have a frequency table and you have to figure out the mean of the frequency table? All right, what I'm going to do, all right, is we're going to go ahead. We need a little bit of scrap paper on the side here because what we have to do is we have to find midpoints. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the midpoint. All you're doing is you're looking at the left side of parts of these. You don't need to take the midpoint of the thing. This is misleading. Don't look from 11 to 20. What we want to do is we want to go from 11 to 21. You see that? It's on the side there. So we want to go, what's the midpoint from 21, right, to 31? From 31 to 41, from 41 to 51, 51, come on, 51 to 61. And then, even though it doesn't say it, I think you can sense a pattern here. We go from 61 to 71. Okay, how do we get the midpoint from 11 to 21? Well, we add them up and divide. So 11 plus 21, so 11 and 21, that's going to be what? 32. 32 divided by 2, I'm getting 16 here. Let me double check it. So we have, right, we have 11 plus 21, okay, and then divide by 2, okay, 16. So 16, and that makes sense, right? 16 is 5 away from 11. It's also 5 away from 21. So our midpoint here, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to make another column here, okay, and we're just going to say, well, midpoint between 16 and 21, or 11 and 21, rather, sorry, the 16, and the frequency. How many times did this happen? This happened 343 times. Okay, we're just taking it right off of here. Okay, so we're going to go from 11 to 21. Now from 21 to 31, right? That's going to be 52. 52 divided by that, it's going to be 26. Okay, so the midpoint here is going to be 26. How many times did this happen? 1,549. So we have 1,549. Then we're going to go from 31 to 41. That's going to be 36. Okay, and we could, again, you can test it out on the calculator. That's fine. But notice that 31 to 46 is in this region right here. It's in this interval. So we're going to hit 849 here. 849. All right. And then we have 46. Okay. So 46. So that's going to be 885, or sorry, 685. There we go. 685. Okay. And then from 51 to 61, the midpoint here, that's going to looks like 403. Okay. And then finally, even though it doesn't have it on the chart here, right? Oops, I want 403 here. This guy here should be 56. And then we're going to do 66. All right. And then that happened 120 times. All right. So don't look at the midpoint between 11 and 20. Look at the midpoint between 11 and 21, 21 and 31, 31 and 41. Okay, that's how they set these up for us to do them. That's the easy way to go. Okay, otherwise, where there's like weird things we have to do, like apply 0.5s and everything else. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to say, hey, we've done this problem before, or I know I'm clever. I can go ahead and do. They just set it up like this so that we automatically have it. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply these two across, and then we're going to divide. But here's what we're going to do instead. Okay, we're going to go to our calculators. We're going to go to stat. I'm going to go ahead and double check to make sure. Oh, it looks like that. Okay, we are going to go ahead and clear. Okay, clear my list. So I'm going to clear second function, list 1, comma, list 2, enter, and then everything is cleared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter this new and improved table into my calculator. Okay, so we're going to edit. So we're just going to go ahead and say, okay, well, what are my ages? We're going to have 16, 26, 36, 46, 56, 66. All right, so I just added these guys in here. And now for the second column, so we're just going to go off to the right. Just hit the right-hand arrow. It's this guy right here. And we're just going to type in the number of times it happened. So that's going to be 343. Okay. Then we're going to have 1549. Okay. Then 849. right? Then 685, make sure that that's there. 403, right? That looks like 120. And the important thing is, do we have the same number of things in both lists? It looks like we do, all right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Stat, I'm going to go to Calc, and then in this case, I'm going to break my rule. I'm going to say we're going to do two variable statistics. All right, what would you like to do two variable statistics on? I would like to do them on list 1, comma, list 2. All right, and then we go ahead and hit enter. Oops, what did I mess up? That's what I messed up. It doesn't know it's list 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear. And by the way, that clearing does not change the data that I've already given it. Okay, so we're going to go to Stat, Calc, two variable statistics, second function 1, comma, second function 2, list 1 and list 2. We're going to go ahead and then hit enter. Oops, I had one variable stats. That's not good. So I want stat, calc, two variable stats. Make sure I click the down arrow. Second function list 1, comma, second function list 2. Enter. Okay, and my X bar, the average, that's what they're asking us for in this problem, is what's the average, and that's 41. So it did all the heavy lifting of doing all this for us, okay? So what we did is we multiplied these across, okay? We might do that just for the sake of doing it. So we know what the answer is going to be. X bar is 41, so let's go ahead and write that down. X bar was 41, okay? I'm just going to have that sitting off to the side. So again, back to the calculator, because I'm not going to multiply this out by hand. Neither are you. Okay, you're not supposed to. Okay, I want 16. So it happens for the value of 16. How many times did this happen? It happened 343 times. Okay, so there we go. We're going to write that down. It's 5488. Okay, so 5488. Right? You go get my calculator again. Okay, second time is 26. So the age group is 26 people or 26-year-olds. Okay, how many fatalities did they have? That's tragic. Okay, 1,549. Oops, 49. That's why I let the calculator do the heavy lifting here. That equals, okay, that's 40,274. So 40,274. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, how about for 36-year-olds? Okay, so 36 times. How many times did 36-year-olds have a fatality? 849. So 849. Okay, oops. Is that 849? I don't think it is. I think that looks like 849. And then we'll delete. Okay, so 36-year-olds, it happened 849 times. So we'll go ahead and hit that as an answer. So we're going to write that down. So that's going to be 30,564. So we want 30,564. Okay, now we're going to go to 46-year-olds. Okay, so we have 46-year-olds times, okay, and then we have 685. So that's how many times it happened. Okay, 31510. So 31,510. All right. So there we go. 31,510. I stuck on my microphone. So for 51-year-olds, it happened 403 times. So 51 times 403. Right. So we have 20,000 and 553. So we have 553 here. And then we have for 66-year-olds, it happens 120 times. Okay, so we have 66-year-olds times 120. So, okay, 7,900. No, wait, that's not right. 7,920. Okay, so all we did is multiply the midpoint by the frequency. That's how we're getting these numbers. All right, and now I got to add all these up. Okay, that's not too bad. That's why we have calculators. All right. So what we're going to do is, actually, I could be even more clever. I could do stat and then edit and then put these in a third list. Right? No, add them up for me automatically. I don't have to worry about it. So we can just say 5488. Okay, 40,274, and then 564, 31,510. Okay. What's the next one? Is 20,553. Okay. 7,920. Okay. And that should be all the values that we have there. Okay, so we're going to go to stat. We're going to go to calc. I want one, in this case, I want one variable stats. If I wanted to do it as a one group thing, I would use two variable statistics and do it on list 1 and list 2 because that's the data I put in. In this case, I'm just checking something on list 3. See, I got fancy. So that's on list 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're say, okay, well, what's our average for that? Okay, somehow it is not 41. It should be 41. I may have typed in something that's not correct. Ah, that's why. And it's 6. Okay, that's the issue. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to add up the number of things there. Okay, so you see, thought I was being clever. I am not. Okay. So you see how it adds up all the pieces here? This is 13,136,309 here. So that's 136,309. 136,309. We have to divide this by the total number of things here. So we're going to divide this by the sum of the frequencies. Okay, we're going to divide that by the whole sum of the frequencies. So all I did was just all that's doing is just adding those up. So I probably led you astray. So I apologize. We're going to add up all of these pieces here. Okay, so we'll just do it slower. So we'll say 5,488 plus 40, what is that? 374 plus 30, 564 plus 31, 510 plus 20,553 plus what are we doing here? 2920. Okay, and that should give us, hey, look at that, 33,409. So somewhere I've messed up one of my numbers. Okay, so it's not going to quite be the answer I want here, but that's the total sum here. Okay, if you please double check me and make sure that that's working out. Now we have to add up the total number of frequencies. That's this column right here. So we're just going to go, we could go back here and add up these guys right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 343 plus 1549 plus 849 plus 685 plus 403 plus 120. Okay, so we have a 3949 here. Okay, so we have 3949. 3949. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my total number of things I added up. Okay, and we're going to divide by this frequency here. So we should have 131. Okay, I'm going to go with 409 because I feel a little bit more comfortable with that. Just, and then divide it by 3991. Okay, let's double check 3949. Sorry, 3949. 3949. Right. I got 33. That's kind of close, but I would certainly double check my arithmetic on all of this. Okay, because that's a trouble for me right now. Okay, so what we did is we added all this up. We take all these frequencies, add those up, and that's going to be our X bar. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'll bet it's 41. It'll make a liar out of me. All right, it didn't like that at all. We recheck it. We'll see which of my numbers is good. 35. Hey, I did better than I thought. Okay, so that's what I would go back and make sure that we have the 33 close. 33 is closest. So I would definitely go back, double check that arithmetic, make sure you're typing those in correctly, make sure you're adding them up correctly. And I should probably do that again just for the sake of completeness, but that is how you do this problem to do that. Okay, so that's how we do it. This is definitely a 20th century skill. This is not so much a 21st century skill because you just ship this off to Excel and then press one button, it'll probably be done for you. Okay, I can't send the data off to Excel. This button doesn't work for me very well. Okay, but that's how we would do it back in the 1980s. Okay, we just make a new column, multiply these across, add up all these numbers. We'd be more careful about it, but this is exactly why spreadsheets were invented. Okay, so that's how we go. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out so I can post this, but that's the general idea of how you want to do that. Be careful with your arithmetic, because clearly if you're off by just a little bit, it will get mad at you and not give you credit for the problems. Be more careful than I was. All right. Thank you very much for coming to the video, and I will see you in the next one.